just do a whole? Do you want to have Dan hang up and just do a whole new one? Just do a new hangout call. See what happens.
No, Dan, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him crystal clear.
You're going to be the talking head in the jar then. So welcome to at One Pick Wonders. Welcome to at One Pick Wonders on Twitter. Currently at 61% on the season. A very respectable winning record it was 11 win, 7 loss. Coming off a blockbuster win picked by BKO and myself last week without the help of Super Jew. So we not only won as an underdog, we won outright. So that's
big, yeah.
That was huge. So hats off to us. And this week's pick is brought to you by Brian and Dan. Have nothing to do with it. So let's just let you know the show is about making a pick a week. This is the conference championship for NFL. We have a good track record in the playoffs, historically going back to our Big Pick 4 days. Even
yeah,
so,
aren't we 5-1 the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, we only got the one loss when Carolina lost to Denver, right?
Was that no? The loss was Baltimore.
No, we won that one. We lost Carolina. We picked Carolina in the show because your brother was on the show. That's the only time I think we lost Super Bowl pick.
I think he was on during the Ravens game.
No, he was on. I'm telling you, it was the Carolina Super Bowl. I'm telling you.
All right, well, I'll go back to the tape because
we picked the Ravens. I remember because I won money. This guy in my office, Ed Perkin, I won $20 from him betting on the Ravens.
I can't remember, but there was one Super Bowl where I disagreed with you two, and I actually won $100 on that game.
I think that was the Carolina one.
I'm telling you, you bet on.
Oh, is that when I wore my Bronco Jesus hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming out again for the Super Bowl. That's my good luck charm. Let me break that back out. So let's talk about this week's pick. Who wants to lead off? The talking head in the jar, BKO.
I'll go first. All right. So this is the talking head in the jar speaking. I think number one, momentum. Dan hates when I do anything that's not statistical related, but they had a big win against Pittsburgh.
So what's the pick? First of all, what's the pick?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the producer's job was to introduce the show with the pick.
The pick is Jaguars, still at 7.5, underdog against the Patsies.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I think they're coming off a big win against Pittsburgh. And one thing that impressed me was the offense actually obviously showed up because they scored 45 points. So people who think that the Jaguars can't put up points are dead wrong. They just put up 45 points. And that defense against Tom Brady, I think they're going to be able to get pressure on Brady with Calais Campbell, who led the league in sacks. And their defensive backs are really good. They'll match up. I think they're going to probably put Jalen Ramsey a lot on Gronk. I think he's going to follow Gronk around a lot. I think they match up well. The safeties on the Jaguars can cover. I don't know. I just think they're going to put pressure on. I think the key to being any quarterback is pressure. That's an obvious statement. But if you listen to analysts all week, they're just like, you just got to disrupt Brady's timing. You just got to get him out of the pocket. Because Brady likes the 1-2-3 step and get rid of it. He's all about rhythm and timing. So if you can cover the guy for that long and also get pressure on him, you take him out of his rhythm and you make him move around the pocket. He doesn't like to move around the pocket. So I think, and even if they do win, I think 7.5. So they have to win by 8. The Patriots might end up winning, but I think it's going to be close, like 21-17. Anyway, so that's my analysis.
What do you got, Dan?
Okay, well, now that the echo is finished, the Pittsburgh defense has been awful all season. They gave up 30-something points to the Browns the last week of the season. The Browns averaged like 14 points a game, so I don't think you can take much from that. And as for momentum, what do you call it? The Patriots won last week too. So, I mean, I don't know what that really means. Now, I agree with Brian that I think Jacksonville is going to get pressure on Brady. The Patriots right tackle is out today, so that should help Jacksonville. And Tom Coughlin, obviously, he has some background in defeating the Patriots also when he beat them in 2 Super Bowls. And he's a resource for Doug Marrone to go to.
And he's what, the O coordinator?
Who, Tom Coughlin?
Yeah.
No, he's like the football czar there. He's the president of football, whatever the hell that means.
No, he's up in the booth, though, right?
Yeah, he just sits there. He's not a coordinator or anything. He just sits there and drinks his whiskey. But what I was going to say, the defense I think is going to perform well. Brady has that hand injury, which might prevent some throws. They're not exactly sure about the extent of that. Apparently, he needed stitches in the webbing between his thumb and his forefinger right here this week because of a hit from a teammate. So we'll see how that goes.
The best analysis I heard this week is the issue with that hand injury is that he's not going to be able to grip the Lombardi Trophy quite as tightly as he normally would.
That's funny.
But I mean, I think I agree with Brian. I think could be a close game, like a 24-20 kind of game. Even if the Pats pulled out, I don't think Jacksonville's going to lose by 8. So that's the only reason why I got my reasoning why they would take the pick. That Jacksonville will keep it close because their defense is solid enough. The only thing that I can't hope for is that New England is successful running the football because New England's known to change their entire offense and game plan, everything week to week. And Jacksonville is not good against the run at all. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to stuff it and then force Brady to throw against their secondary.
Well, it's funny because the best analysis I had on all these Twitter attention whores wanting Jacksonville to win and wanting the Eagles to win, and the thought being that let's go to the Ruth Chris Steakhouse and ask if they have some what do you call it, the what do you call it, the damn, now I messed up, the cube steak. Do y'all have cube steak? I want to see Bortles and Nick Foles in the Super Bowl instead of Brady and Keenum, and the whole story with the Vikings playing in their home locker room. So, it's sort of, what are we wishing for here, folks? A Bortles Foles Super Bowl or a Brady Keenum Super Bowl? So,
I got what you're saying. Hey, it's not the Eagles' fault that they lost their best player, man. That's just fate, man. They lost
exactly
MVP.
Exactly. So be careful what you wish for, because that's the biggest party in the USA annually. And me personally, I've got $15 riding on the Vikings in New England being in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, boys. Like your home game today.
You're not talking ever again, man. That's some bullshit, man.
So you want the filet mignon. You don't want Salisbury steak.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to,
what would you take Sean Salisbury?
I don't want to eat a shit sandwich. Okay?
Yeah, but Casey Keenum's no fucking Joe Montana either, man. I don't know why you hate Nick Foles so much.
Who's Casey Keenum? He doesn't play for anybody. It's Case
the Vikings
Keenum.
Quarterback is. What's his name?
Case Keenum. No, why? Case Keenum is his brother.
I was getting a mix.
Dan, I don't fucking care, Dan. Kiss my ass.
Well, we have to come over here first. Then I can kiss it for you.
Casey.
Casey Kasem.
I don't really. Dan doesn't. By now, Dan should know me. I don't care that I fuck up names. Dan thinks it's funny when he corrects me because he's a fucking little annoying prick. I don't care that I fuck up the names.
Who's the guy that does the radio show, the top hits?
That's what Dan's talking about.
Casey Kasem?
Casey Kasem, isn't he the quarterback for the Vikings? Casey Kasem.
Yeah, that's right. Even though he died 3 years ago, yeah.
He used to do the voice of Shaggy on Scooby-Doo too.
And he did. Yeah, that's right. What else did he do? He did some other cartoon.
Wow,
where's the show go? All right, guys, where's the show going here?
Okay, so So what I'm saying is, let's get back to the pick here, which is the undie on the Jags. So Bortles is a no comparison to Brady, but that's not the end of the story, because I mean he's 59% completion on the year compared to over 100 QB rating on Brady and him being below 90. But when you dig down a little deeper, you do have some the rushing of the Jags is superior to New England. Wouldn't you say that?
Well, because New England's a passing team.
Dan wants to. First of all, I want to say that Dan's an asshole because you can't go. I started the show off by talking about why they're going to win, and then Dan starts off immediately talking about the Jags have a terrible rush defense. We're fucking picking the Jags. Stop saying negative shit about the team we're goddamn picking. All right,
man.
Stop doing that shit.
Did roaches crawl up your ass and die this morning?
The thing is, Brian, Dan is really not correct, because on rushing yards per game, New England is 20th and Jags are 21st.
No, that's against, not actual running, but against.
Dan is basically saying that all that New England has to do is run the ball against the shitty Jags rush defense. All I'm saying is Dan has got to stop doing.
No, you obviously didn't listen to anything I said at all. All I said is that if Jacksonville is against the run, that if Jacksonville can't run that Jacksonville will be able to win the game better. That's what I said. Yeah, I said that Jacksonville isn't great against the run, but if Jacksonville is able to stuff the run, then Brady has to throw against their secondary, and that's going to be more difficult. But you missed that part.
The thing,
gyro or something instead.
The way it breaks down is the passing defense on passing defense for the Jags are first in the league.
Right, they're number one against the pass.
Number one compared to the New England being 30th, but then you stack that against passing yards, New England being first, and the Jags being 18th. So
and that was my
the game.
But that was my point.
That's the game. I mean, you got the best passing team against the best defending defense.
Sure, but that was my point. If New England can't run the ball against Jacksonville, they're not going to be able to throw against them because their pass defense is too good. That's why. Because their running defense is not great, but if they're able to stop them and they have the number one passing defense, they're going to stop them every time. They're going to have the advantage in that situation. Well, that's why Jacksonville's able to have the advantage. That's why I don't think New England's going to be able to pull away from them, because with their pass rush and with their secondary, it might make it difficult, especially with that right tackle missing. They're going to have the advantage on that side. They might blitz more from that side and whatever they can do take advantage of that situation.
All I'm trying to say is, I just wanted to rebuttal fucking Dan.
Oh my God! Here we go! Blah 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 blah.
Pass offense and strength against strength.
That's what I said.
That's what Scott just said 5 minutes ago.
Dan's like, all the England has to do is run the ball against the shitty Jags.
No, you missed the point. You missed the point. No, you missed the point. You completely missed the point. Completely. Like everything else. You missed the point. I said if Jacksonville stops the run, what's New England going to do? What are they going to do?
Well, you're saying that they are weak against the run. They're probably not going to be able to stop the run.
I did not say that at all. I just said that supposedly they're underbelly. But if they can stop the run and they have the number one pass defense, what is New England going to do? Jacksonville will be able to sit back and just rush the passer, and then they'll have the advantage.
I just think it's funny. It's like the time you brought up the Kansas City stat that they don't win at home.
I know Dan jinxes us.
That's right.
Dan jinxed that game.
Dan's jinxing us again by fucking giving the secret to the game away.
Oh my God! Like no one knows this. You watch NFL Network all week. They probably said the same crap. You don't watch any other channel.
You just have to talk about. You can't. When you make a pick, you pick a team. Why would you bring up all the negative shit?
Because you have to. You have to look at the game from both points of view. Man, what's your problem today? Did someone kick you in the balls this morning?
Negative, but then you counter it with something positive.
You
No,
just have to look at it.
I'm just talking about, like, this is a perfect example of the Chiefs when he jinxed us with bringing up this. It's like we pick the Chiefs and then you bring up with this fact that they don't win at home. You go completely against our pick, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it was true. It happened. They lost. Again, they haven't won at home since 1992.
Yeah, but you shouldn't bring it up on our show, is what I'm saying.
I know, but you're having a total hissy fit on the show right now.
I just want to bring up. Brian won't get the visual on this, but I just want to bring up Super Bowl 2019. My Buccaneers shirt.
Yeah, right. Not with Dick Cutter in charge.
Cutter and Winston, man. Super Bowl 2019.
So Super Bowl 50, yeah. Super Bowl 2000, yeah. In Super Bowl 2019, which is 2,000 years from now. That's when the Buccaneers will be there again. Not Super Bowl 53, Super Bowl 2019. Played in Jupiter.
But see, Dan is not representing today because he's not being a homer. He does not have on Eagles gear, but yet I have on Bucks gear.
Because they're hanging out with you today, because they have nothing else to do.
You know what's funny? Dan doesn't wear a lot of Eagles stuff. That's a good point, Scott. Like,
Yeah, an Eagles shirt on.
Oh, he's got one underneath. Oh, he showed me up. He showed me up. He's got it under his.
That's right.
Sweater.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
Okay. All right. He shut you up.
that was staged, man. That was staged.
That's right. It was planned.
We planned that ahead of time.
Dan planned that.
That was fake news, man. That was fake news.
No, but it's right. Yo, Scott, you're right though. Like, I wear Eagle shit all the time at the office. I never see Dan wear any Eagle shit.
He's got
Because
it
of
on
the
underneath
phone.
the sweater today. He's not proud enough to wear it on the exterior. He couldn't have put the sweater under it,
Yeah, he's wearing it.
No.
but he's
He's hiding it.
he's hiding it because when they lose, he's gonna be like, "I'm not wearing Eagles gear. I'm not wearing it. What are you talking about?"
No, they greased the telephone poles in case anyone, in case they win, so people don't climb them.
They greased the telephone poles.
Yeah.
All right, that's the challenge, Dan. I want you to get up one of those poles. I want you to get up one of those poles. That's my challenge to you.
I got a question though. What happens if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl? Because Brian usually won't pick the games with the Eagles involved.
Yeah, I guess I can't pick. I guess I have to protest. Or what's the word?
Yeah, you have to.
Abstain?
No, you have to recluse yourself or recuse yourself.
Recuse myself.
Yeah. You and Dan may both have to recuse yourself, and then I have to make the pick.
Well,
Well, we know what that would be.
Oh, Dan will pick against the Eagles. That's why he's wearing a sweater over his Eagles. His Eagles t-shirt. He's a closeted fan. He's
That's
closeted.
right.
If they start celebrating tonight, he's going to lock the doors and run in the basement and turn off all the lights instead of being out there climbing telephone poles.
He's going to celebrate quietly.
That's right.
That's right. I'm not going to set something on
I
fire.
saw a pacifier in his house once too when I was over there. And I know he doesn't have any babies, so I wasn't sure what that was all about.
Where would you like to find out?
But I digress. All right, so we're still thinking New England could pull this out, but not on the 7.5 spread. So we'll hope the Jags get within the cover for the underdog and not win, because we don't want to see 59% Boydles in the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah, we can have it. Hey, we can have our cake and eat it too. You're right.
That's right.
We can have the Patriots win and still win our bet.
That's right. 7.5. That's a long road to hoe. So
that's what I'm saying. I think it'd be like a 24-20 kind of game where New England wins, but they don't cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out. I got New England by like 6. I'm gonna go 6 because they gotta have a great field goal kicker.
Yeah, they do. You're right.
So
Yeah, it could be like like 24-17 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or that still covers though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 30. New England 30 and 26. No,
New England's
30
not- New England's not
24.
scoring
30 24. I'm gonna go 30
Yeah.
24. New England wins.
New England's not scoring 30 points against Jacksonville's defense. They're not.
Oh, at
What do you
home
mean?
there's no adverse weather. It's just cold, right?
Pittsburgh scored 42 last week.
Yeah, but that was an anomaly. Is that what it's called? Anomaly, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
anomaly.
It's called a monopoly. What's your definition straight?
I'm gonna say 20. Yeah, I'm gonna say like 24. I'm gonna say 24-17.
And what are you saying, Dan?
24-20.
24-20.
24-20.
So, all right, we'll see what happens. All right, so we'll hope for a good game and good luck to you, Eagles homers. Even though I'm picking the Vikings in the Super Bowl, I'm picking the Vikings to go to the Super Bowl, not win it, but I'm picking them to go to it.
I hope you choke on your $50. That's what I said.
No, it's $15 to win 10.
All right.
Wasn't 50.
All right. I hope you choke.
Big betting there.
All right. At One Pick Wonders. We'll see you next week.
Go Jaguars.
Yeah, go Jaguars.
All right. Out here.